Thanks for stopping by the Sister Cousins Lifestyle channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video, we're going to be doing some work in my guest bedroom. This is long overdue, but we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a refresh and get this room guest ready. So if you'd like to see how it all comes together, keep watching. So this is what this bedroom is looking like. It's certainly functional, but it could be a whole lot better. This is some very, very old furniture that I have in here. I will not be getting rid of it anytime soon. It's a traditional style, which I don't tend to decorate with anymore, but I'm going to try to update the look as well as I can, or as best as I can. The artwork on the wall are some pieces that I got from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. I think they were like only $1 or something like that. And I just put them on the wall. I really have not given this room a whole lot of attention at all. As long as it was a functional space, I was good with it. But that's going to change today. Now, one of my favorite things to do is to go to Pottery Barn and Crate and Barrel and some of the other stores that I really, really do like the quality and the look of their decor. I like to go there and get inspiration or get inspired for things that I can do. And not to purchase anything necessarily, but to look and get ideas. Because a lot of times what I find is some of the things or the looks that they create, I have the things already at home in my stash. All I need to do is pull them together and make it work. I like to look at how they display things also because that gives me ideas. So one big tip that I've learned just from going in the Pottery Barn and taking a few classes here and there is that they double stuff their duvets with inserts. So they put two of them in there to get that nice, big, thick, fluffy look, cozy, comfortable look. And that's what I wanted to go with for my guest bedroom. So I am going to be recreating a look that is inspired, loosely inspired by Pottery Barn in my own home. And I came up with this just by looking at what they have and then coming home and remembering some of the pieces that I have and pulling them out. Now, on this particular day, I was taking a class on decorating the bedroom, and one of the things that they included was how to insert a duvet. I struggle with that, and so this was invaluable for me to learn how to do it. And so I watched the process, and basically the big tip is to turn your duvet cover inside out, lay it flat on your bed, fully stretched out, put your duvet cover on top of it, and then roll it into like a burrito. Oh, but another thing, before you roll it, there's some ties on them on the inside that you tie each corner to the duvet, and that's what keeps your insert stationary. I didn't even know that. I've had duvet covers for the longest time, and my duvets just kind of move around over time. But anyway, I learned that today, so that was a big help. Now, supposedly putting on an insert is a one-person job. I still don't really believe that, but with this method, it definitely does help. So anyway, I learned the process. I went home, and of course, I could not wait to try to insert my own duvet cover by myself. But I can tell you now, even with all the tips that I learned, it's still a very difficult process, but it's one that I want to perfect because you can always take your duvet cover off and wash it in the regular washing machine. Whereas if you have big, bulky comforters, they may not fit in your machine. You may have to go to the laundromat, which is really a hassle. But anyway, I'm at home now, and I'm starting to look at the duvet cover that I have on here. Now, this has an insert in it, but you see how flat it is and how boring it is. So the double insert was definitely a great tip. But I'm looking up because my ceiling fan is saying, hey, don't forget about me. So I had to get my duster, and I decided to keep the old duvet cover on there because I'm going to take that off and wash it anyway. So I'm just getting all the dust off of here and getting that nice and cleaned up before I tackle taking off this duvet cover and recreating or making my bed with a different duvet cover. This is a queen size bed, but I like to use king size bedding on here, at least for the comforter or duvet cover, and it folds up nicely to go right to the laundry. So now I'm going in. I have my new duvet cover, a different duvet cover that I'm going to be placing on here, and I have another insert that I'm going to put in there because I want that cozy look for my bed. And I'm making my first mistake right here. I'm not even going to bore you with how long it took me to get this duvet cover on. It was a hot mess, but I felt good in that I did get it on, and I did do it by myself. Yay me. camera was off for most of the time when I finally got success on it, because I had rolled it up into a burrito several times and it just didn't work out. I finally got it to work. But at that time, I didn't have a camera going. So you're not going to see me when I have success. But trust and believe, it was not a short process. I needed a break after tackling this thing. I am doing away with the olive green curtains in here and the duvet cover. They just did not do what I needed them to do. So I'll probably be seeing if I can sell those on Marketplace or something like that, because I don't see myself reusing them. Or then again, I might, who knows. But anyway, I like the neutral colors. So I'm going in with more of a neutral color or natural color. I really like that, or stone, or whatever you call it, beige. I love that because you can always bring in your pops of color if that's what you want to do. And so I like to keep, the foundation of a space very, very neutral. So once I got the duvet cover on here, it really didn't give that full look that I was looking for. But that's because one of my duvet inserts was very flat. So if I really, really want to get that look, I will need to invest in another duvet insert at some time. But that will happen way, way, way down the road. It is not a high priority at this time. But I do like the way that the bed is coming together already. So I will also be replacing the window treatments here. So I'm going to go ahead and take those down. And then I'm going to clean that window a little bit, because that hasn't been done in eons. And the blinds as well. Should have done those before I put the new duvet insert on. But, sometimes I work backwards. So I'm just going to use some 70% rubbing alcohol to kind of clean this window, and I'm going to clean the window sill out as well. So I'm kind of getting a little bit of my spring cleaning done ahead of time, which is a good thing. I usually start my spring cleaning in early February, so it's really good to have a few of the tasks out of the way already. That'll be good. This room will be all set to go. Shouldn't have to do anything in here other than your regular dusting, weekly dusting or whatever. As I said, this year, I'm going to be more intentional in my purchases, and I'm going to use and enjoy the things that I have already purchased. I have a lot of things that I can use in different parts of the home. So I'm going to be doing a lot of thinking outside of the box and how I can use the things that I already have. Case in point, these window treatments here were the window treatments that I had in my living room last spring and summer. Never really liked them in that space because the coloring of them was not exactly what I wanted, but I lived with them because they were very, very, very inexpensive. So I did keep them, and I really like the way that they look in this bedroom. So I'm glad that I did keep them, and I am just putting them up. They're a little bit longer than I would need them to be, but they work out just fine. So this is how they are looking. They match with the duvet cover, and so far so good. Now I am bringing out this quilt. Now this is a quilt that my Aunt Mary made, and my Aunt Mary passed away in 2020. This was a quilt that she made, I don't know, maybe about 5 years before she passed away. This was a craft that she did all the time. She learned it from my grandmother. I believe she is the only one in the family that learned quilting from my grandmother. My grandmother was an amazing quilter, as was my Aunt Mary. So anyway, my aunt made this, and I used it for a bit in my old house, and then when I moved here, I just never used it. It was just packed away. Would never get rid of it, but I wanted to pull it out and I wanted to use it. And so I decided, since I'm going with a neutral palette in this room, this would be perfect. So it has that turquoise blue color and the brown in here, and I think it just looks amazing here for my pop of color. So now I'm going to take down these pieces of art that I purchased. When I purchased these, I was thinking of doing a gallery wall, which is why I bought so many. But then I later found out it wasn't so easy to get the art piece out of there to reuse or to, replace it. So anyway, long story short, I've had them for a little while now, and it's time for them to go because I just don't like what they're giving here. So we're going to go ahead and take them down and figure out what we're going to put up there. I also had thrifted this lamp a few months back, and I had it in here. Didn't really like it in here, and I especially don't like it now that I'm redoing this room. So I'm going to move that into my other guest room that I'm going to be working on at a later date, and I'm going to replace it with this lamp here. Now this was a lamp that I previously had in my entryway, and it has the brass in it, which brings in more of the warmness, which I love. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this here on this side table. I probably should have taken that tag off of there, but I never do because the shade covers it anyway. So I have this linen like shade that I think looks perfect in this space. And so now I'm going to go ahead and replace the art that we've taken down. Well, it is not the same day. It is another day. I have the artwork hung here. Absolutely love it. Now, if you've been watching my channel, this piece of art might look familiar to you. And the reason is I shared it in a recent video saying that I purchased it at Ross. It was only $11.99. I didn't know what I was going to do with it at the time. But then as I started doing the work in here, I'm like, what about using that artwork? Why not, right? So I decided to bring it up here and put it on the wall. And I really like it. And then also these sconces here, I had those at my entryway for the longest time. Took those down a few months back when I purchased a new mirror and it just didn't match. I decided to put those up here. Now normally you wouldn't see the sconces in the bedroom, but why not, right? Use what you have, and that's what I'm going to be doing this year for sure. So that's a closer look of that artwork. I absolutely love it. I think it really works with the style of furniture that I have up here, the more traditional look. So it's a touch of the modern and traditional all married together. And then I found these pieces of art at Ross also. I took the price tag off, but they came in a set. And I want to say maybe they were $12.99 for the set. Very affordable. And I can see here that the glare is really not doing them justice. But what really attracted me to them is not only the silhouettes here, which I love, but the frame is identical to the frame that's on here. So that was a no-brainer. They had to come home. So that's what I've done here. Now, then over here, this mirror here used to be in a bathroom, and I had taken that down recently. And so I just decided to put that there. And then here is what the bed is looking like. I really love that I can use my quilt, these colors. I really like it. And, you know, it has sentimental value, so that's even more special. And then I just put a tray here. Now, this is a thrifted tray that I had for a while. I put this not artwork, but this is a book. When I used to travel, I used to do these books, just send them to Walmart, send your photos to Walmart, and they'll create like a hardcover book for you. So I have several of these. So I just decided to display that because they've just been on a shelf collecting dust all these years. So I just have my candle here. I thought this candle was so nice. The packaging, look at that. That's so cute. It's like gradiated, and the candle doesn't go all the way down. So this glass, I really like this because if I ever get to making candles, I can reuse that. I really like it. All right, so then moving over here, I put this lamp here. This lamp was also in my entryway at some point, and I decided to just put it here. I have this drawing a blank, but anyway, I use these all over my house. They make your house smell really good. Reed diffusers. Just draw a blank when you're talking. So I put these here because this room is not used on the regular, and so, you know, the air, the ventilation, circulation, whatever, it just is not that great when you have a room that's kind of enclosed a lot. So I like to have those as opposed to the plug-in scents. I do use those as well, but I use those more in places that I am regular, just so that I can kind of monitor it. Yeah, so that's what I have. This table here used to be in my living room, and now it is in this bedroom as a side table, bedside table. And then this chair used to be in the primary suite some years ago. And that throw I already had, the pillow cover I already had, and I just decided to pull it out and use it. These pieces of art here are just kind of random. So this is a piece of art that I brought back from Brazil many years ago. I had it up in my other home I think I had it in the powder room at one time. Anyway, it's just been collecting dust. So I just decided, hey, pull it out and put it up. I think it's a beautiful painting. You know, and I bought it like from some of the locals there. So yeah, I'll never get rid of it. And then this silhouette art I've already had. I think I thrifted this some time ago. And I just already had it. So just decided to keep that there. So yeah. Up on top of the armoire, I just have my horse here and a faux plant. So that's all that's there. And what else did I do in here? There was a metal bicycle that I have had for years that was up here. I didn't like it anymore, just didn't match. I didn't have anything to go here, and I will be looking for a piece of art that kind of blends in more with what I'm going with in the room. But in the meantime, I had this piece of art and I just decided to put it there and just use it. And then I just have a couple vases here with some greenery. I wanted to have some splashes of greenery in the space, just because I like greenery and it just kind of brightens up a room, in my opinion. So this is what it's looking like. I think it turned out really, really nice. I love the window treatments. I'm glad that I found a use for those, because I had them. So you got to use what you have. But this is the way that it all turned out. But thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you found it inspirational. And if you did, please don't leave without hitting that thumbs up button. Also, hit that subscribe button and the post notification bell if you're not currently subscribed to my channel. I would love it if you would become a part of my YouTube family. And to all my returning family members, thank you so, so much for stopping back by and for your support. And I hope to see you all over here on my next one. Bye-bye.